Well, yeah, the rumours are true. We are back off going out to Scotland with wonderful Lochs and Glens.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to sunny Scotland. How are you? How was your journey?
Well, I don't know if there's a Scottish word for good morning, but good morning. Welcome to day 3. Ironically, we're starting it going back upstairs because we've just finished dinner, which means we'll be... Well, dinner? What am I talking about? Breakfast. Which means that we're going back down again later, but we're going back to the room quickly. And then, once we got all that sorted, we'll be going out to the coach and out places.
Swimming stuff? Yeah. You're going to need it? No. What we're going to split the coach into 2 groups, okay? So we'll have the driver's side. So put your hands up here on the driver's side. That's right.
And so, after a long travel, I'm in a very crowded cafe and gift shop. But we're at the Highland Safari area, and we're going over to the Red Deer Centre in just a little bit to go and have a look at, you guessed it, red deer, and also a couple of owls as well. So I'll have a look around the gift shop as well, and if there's anything interesting, I might make a clip or a photo from it. And yeah, apart from that, let's go ahead and jump to the deer centre. Well, not literally, it's a very long way to jump, but we'll go ahead and make our way there, and then go and have a look and feed some deer.
Welcome all to the Red Deer Centre. So my name is Robert, and for the next wee while I will be looking after you. So what are we doing here today? The plan is that I am going to talk a lot about deer. You can ask me lots of questions, but do be aware I might ask you some questions as well. Yeah. And then at the end of our chat we're going to go outside. Yeah, we're going to meet the deer. We have a Sika deer from Japan. There's a Chinese water deer that does not have anything on its head, but like Dracula has fangs. Yeah. Lovely. This is your roe deer. And the muntjac down south, yeah, but never seen one. So I'm mainly going to focus on the reds for today, because we think they're awesome. Yeah.
So that was Robert with 3 B's in the name, and we're talking all about the different types of deer that's around here, how everything goes from spring through to summer, autumn and winter, and then up at the top here we've got the antlers from different years. This one that we've got in front of us is a 7-year-old antler. And then we have 8 over here, and apparently that one was like a very early generation antler, but that is really light. But the very earliest tiny antlers look a little bit like this, which are interesting. And then they grow all the way up to this. That's actually heavier than I thought it would be. I'm putting that back down. And from deers to monuments, that at the top right there is General Wade, who built behind us. I believe it's known as the Five Arch Bridge, probably one of the two, three, many different styles I've just named, and they're probably all wrong. But that guy built this in a town about 15 miles away from Pitlochry, which is where we're headed over to next. And just like that, we're now in Pitlochry in Scotland. I said we were going to be here, and now here we are. There's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of different shops. I'm going to try and get to as many as I possibly can, and we're going to start off with this one right next to us, which is, believe it or not, Drinkmonger, because we're in Scotland. And of course the whiskey distilleries shops are absolutely everywhere, much like we had last time. Oh, look, it's a Ford, and it's a very, very damp day, so it could well start a Ford through the Ford. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that one either. Anyway, over here is the Fisher's Hotel, and well, next up is hopefully somewhere else in Pitlochry without getting absolutely drenched. So we've moved a little bit further down Pitlochry. As you can see, you got a little piece of Prince of India in Scotland for some reason. And then moving back down, we've got ourselves the coach park, because we're headed back because we're getting close to time, because we actually managed to stop off and go and have a little bit of some food and drink. And actually got talking to a really nice couple people who were talking about cars and asking me what I did and why I'm holding a camera, which doesn't happen often. So if you ever see me holding a camera, come and say hello, I don't bite. So the one thing that I didn't get a chance to show you was our coach. We are with Lochs and Glens, but they have got a coach chartered out for us from Glen Valley Tours, which apparently is based in Northumberland, as you can see just down there. But it is a very nice little coach. Well, it's not exactly little, it's massive, double wheelbase at the back, and that is the name of which I'm not going to pronounce because I know I'm going to stuff it up very, very badly. Nice, by the River Gary. Hey Gary. Well, we're part way back now, but we're stopped for a little bit because this is known as Queen's Viewpoint, most likely named after Queen Isabella, wife of Robert the Bruce. Not to be confused with Bruce Sir Robert. But over here we've got all the little bits that you need to know about it, the Glencombe Mountains, what each of them are called, the thing here that says Queen's Viewpoint, not to be confused with Queen the Band, and then we've got all the information about it down here. But going back across over to here, trying not to get anybody in the frame that doesn't want to be in it, we've got the view, which looks a little bit like that, and we have somebody also taking a photo just in the corner of the video, because why not? But we've also got a couple little sort of stone mountain things over here, which somebody nearly went a pearl on earlier. But going to the top, you can see over here we've got quite the view indeed. It's honestly fantastic. But now back to the coach and back to the hotel, because it's a little chilly and I don't feel like turning twice. And so that is a dinner sorted. We're now back in the hotel lobby, going out to check out the entertainment that's going to be there tonight. And of course it is now Christmas Day on holiday, not in actual day unless I plan to release this video really late. But it is going to be a pretty cool time indeed. And hey look, there's even mince pies too.
Oh, what fun it is to ride on a horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Johnny singing, rolling on the wheels, be rolling with me when I say. Tonight's prize, as usual, no expense we have for you. It's the wee Highland Coo key ring. And hang on, there's more. We also have the Christmas pen. Oh, you can hardly contain yourselves, I know. Right, we'll just look at that. Right, tonight's winners have a score of 14 out of 4. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon. 12 out of 12. Room 249 in tonight. Room 249. Oh, an anti-climbing. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we have given a big hand, please. Congratulations.
Well, what an entertaining night that was. That was, I believe, so I think the name was Sandy Alexander or something like that. But it was a fantastic night of events, live music, and we won a thing. Or rather, our broom did. I contributed barely anything apart from one Christmas song title. But I'm pretty happy indeed. And if you remember Scott from our previous Locks and Glens holiday, then I brought him back to Scotland with me too. Now, I know I've got like a Scottish accent that keeps going on and off throughout the video. I've been up here that long. It's kind of stuck. I'm trying not to, I promise, but it still sneaks in here every now and again. But next up will be day 3, which will be some nice little breakfast, and then Dundee, including something very interesting. So while my accent is trying to figure out if it wants to be Scottish or British, I'll deal with that, and you deal with day number 3, 4, day 4, the part 2. I don't know. It's late, my brain's a mess, but I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning and welcome to day number 4 of our Scotland adventure. Today we're going aboard the RRS Discovery. You have no idea how many times it took me to get that name right. Outside here we've got ourselves a wonderful penguin looking at the ground. Sorry, Pingu. But we're about to head in there to go and take a look at that boat, and I'm going to capture it all on camera, or at least as much as I can because my battery's kind of on its way out. But let's hope it lasts today. So after a little bit of a walk around, now we're not far off having a look on board the boat itself, but we've got a little bit about life in London, of which I'll go ahead and have a read of all of that. We've got some interesting photos and stuff over here, showing what everything was like, skills being taught, and much, much more. And then above us, we've got Antarctic sled, and then all the way out there is the boat itself. So let's get going. Oh, I can see it. There it is. I was going to film something, and then there's just a casual plane. I mean, to be fair, I'm not complaining. I know, it's a bad pun. Right, here we are now over at the helm of the ship, I believe, with a massive steering wheel, and I believe in here used to be a compass, or 2, or 3, or 700, I don't really know. There's at least one on here. Over here we've got what are known as cuddies, or a nautical term for toilets, to you and I. We've got some for the officers and some for the crew, because they're kept separate, poor souls. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're really desperate, I guess you could have always just gone over the side. So something pretty cool I want to mention while we're actually on board the boat itself. Not only did this thing set sail in 1901, but it also had these things, because there are no portholes on the side, because it would reduce the stability and strength of the side of the hull depending on where they were going, because of course this thing goes out to Antarctica. In fact, for light they had to use these things, also commonly known as ankle bashers, and going up to the edge of them I can quite see why. Now we're going to go ahead and head up some steps over here and have a look at what's at the top, so I will be right back. And just a little note for anybody that comes up here, these stairs are very, very steep indeed. Now, while I'm not quite too sure what the name of this part of the room was, people in the comments, you can go ahead and let me know on that one. It does look pretty cool. Obviously, we can't get in here on this one because there's a massive no entry sign, which is very much understandable, but it all looks completely period and correct, aside from the fire extinguisher, because I don't think they had those in the 1900s. So, to the left of us, we of course have our engine. We're now, of course, getting down into the hold, but here's a little bit about the engine itself, a little bit of information. And we're actually able to hear ourselves think now, hooray. We're going further along here. We've got a bit more of the boat. This feels a bit more like a bit on GTA when you go under the submarine and go all around there. That's what it feels like. There is coal absolutely everywhere, because of course that is what used to power this thing. And there's some poor soul who's still dealing with the coal as well. Now the one thing that I want to put across is, honestly on camera it looks a little brighter, but for my eyes it looks roughly a bit more like this. But actually quite a fair bit darker. Editing me, now is your chance to make this thing look as dark as it does to my eyes. Now here we are underneath the engines. Again, apologies if you can barely hear me. There's a lot of echo, a lot of noise. But we've got the condenser over here. We have ourselves inlet valves. Going a little bit further down, this is a little bit about the engine room. And again, a whole load of text, which you can pause the video and read if you'd like to. Over here, we've got ourselves the propeller shaft, which is essentially what would be just there. But it isn't, because someone nicked it. But here we can see a whole load of information about that. And moving over here, we have got the people on board, some of the staff, and some of the interesting numbers, names and figures and whatever it is. There's a little bit of an explanation there, and quite the cartoon of them drawn up here as well. So, following a little bit further down from where we were just now, we are now in the area known as the wardroom. Obviously, we've got ourselves a conservation timeline of the boats. We've got all that on here. We've got restoration, conservation. We've got another room to the left of us, but there's people over there at the moment, and I don't know if they want to be in this video or not, so out of pure respect, I'm just going to film the wall. Hey, look, it's a wall. But we're going to go ahead, have a little bit of a look around, and go and see what else there is on board this boat. Moving on now to another room, of which I have no idea where I am, but going down to here, what makes Discovery different, and reveal the ship's design features. We're going to move that one, that's heavy, and we're going to move that one, that's also heavy. Oh no. Well, that didn't work, did it? We'll try and move these. No, I'm not. I'm just going to move this bit instead. We've got engines and sails, we've got stuff about its stern, and we have all more parts of this boat as well. Everything's very heavy and it keeps moving. So, moving on a little further, we have got ourselves the wardroom. Here is the officer's space used for scientific work. Well, you can see it, you can read it on there. Over here, we've got pretty much the same thing. And then what it was like to be in there. There is all of the write-up, saves me talking. And apparently that is the room of Thomas Hodgson. Now, this room itself, I'll go ahead and stand just over at the edge here. Looks like a massive room. It kind of is, kind of isn't. It's about your sort of, I guess, dining hall style. I don't know. Certainly smaller than the hotel room we're on. And there we are. We've had a look around underneath here. Somehow I've been able to avoid these things. Hooray, my ankles are safe today. And then we've got a little bit more to look at in the building. And then maybe a look at Dundee if the time allows. But for now, that is a look at the RRS Discovery, standing for Royal Research Ship. And also that is really, 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 really tall. And by the way, or the crow's nest as it's known, is way at the top there. By the way, I can't put in to video sort of how tall this thing is. If I can find out how tall it is exactly, I'll go ahead and put that on screen. But somebody will stand all the way at the top of that, and best of luck to them. So like I promised, now I've had a look at the boat. Here's a little bit of Dundee. We've got the Sleeper Z Hotel next to us, which is absolutely massive, curved for some reason, and it also holds Dundee Rail Station. And off to our right hand side is a tractor, because you can't escape them things, and then another building. I don't know what it does, but it looks like it does something important. In case you're wondering what this building is, right next to the RMS or RRS, whatever it is, Discovery, this is the, I believe, V&A Scotland Design Museum. Now if you want me to come back to Dundee and have a look at this, go ahead and let me know, and also maybe pester V&A, see if they want to sponsor the trip over here, because it's very, very expensive. And now a little bit further on, we are down at the edge of the River Tay, which apparently somewhere along the way meets up with the River Garry. Yes, they call the River Garry with 2 R's, I believe, which creates a lock tunnel, which is where, of course, we're staying. But having a look at the edge here, it's pretty cool. There's the edge of the V&A building. There is the edge of the RRS Discovery building. I still have to stop and think every single time I say that. But we've got the River Tay road bridge over that way and the River Tay rail bridge over in that way. And honestly, this is very, very cool indeed. And also, a look at the edge of here. It is terrifying, so I don't want to drop my camera down there because that's very, 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 very deep. And when I mentioned expensive earlier, I don't know what the price of the V&A Museum is. I was referring to the transport and things come up here because if anybody wants to sponsor me a trip, please, I'm all ears. Oh, and there's also this thing, the Alexandra Fountain. I don't know much about this, but if anybody does know about this, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Thank you. So now we're back. We've got up the stairs. I've been to the lift several times, and then we're going to make our way down to the hotel room, chill out for a bit, go and grab drinks and food, and then we're going to make our way back down for dinner, a little bit of entertainment, and then, well, who knows where we'll go from there. All I know is I have to be up dreadfully early tomorrow. And now we're making our way back up to the hotel room. Is there a spare biscuit? There is, that's fine now. Just spent a while enjoying some lovely entertainment by Stuart McLean, who's honestly fantastic to talk to. I wanted to originally just say, a quick thank you and everything, and ended up standing around talking for roughly about, I think, 10, 20 minutes. Absolutely fantastic chap, really knowledgeable. And yeah, it's fantastic. He's got a CD out as well. I don't know, I should have asked him where he can find it, but no doubt he'll probably see it and comment where he can find the CD, but it's absolutely fantastic lad to talk to. And brilliant musicians. I didn't know he did flying either, qualified pilot, did not know that. Anyway, let's get back to the hotel room, and why are half of the lights off? That is creepy. Well, however, that is day 4, so I'll go ahead and see you all in day number 5. Well, going down here, very early good morning, in the edge of here is where the bar area is, which is actually a pretty nice place for people to hang out and stuff. And over here was the function room where all of the stuff happened. We saw all of the events, all of the different performers, and in here there's also quite a lot of various assorted things. But now it is to start day 5, the trip home, but first we start with breakfast.
Anyhow, on behalf of Lochs and Glens Holidays, and especially myself, we hope that you've enjoyed yourself in and around the Tummel area.
Wow, this is a familiar sight. If you weren't here for day one, this is Moffat Mill. It's a nice little sort of place where you can get pretty much anything and everything. They've got a full-size tartan kilt thingamajig machine that should hopefully be on screen now if I remember how to do editing work. But it is a nice old town of Moffat, which is honestly a pretty cool place, and there's our driver as well for the week. Go ahead, give us a wave, Tommy. Hey, there he is. Well, now we're back home. You're looking at a blank screen because this is what I have to deal with because I have to go and edit in a bit. But we have made it back. It was an absolutely fantastic few days away. And honestly, it was just a lot of fun. That makes sense. Also got a chance to road test the phone and it made it here with 3% left on the battery. Oops. I should probably charge that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my dinner. And then a lot of file transfer. Oh dear, we're going to be here a while. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I don't know what I'm doing with my handy. Just, yeah, please like. I'll see you all in the next IRL adventure. Thank you very much for watching. Check out. See ya.